Good day, Mrs. Araneta. Thank you so much for giving me of your time for our interview this afternoon. So, for our first question, how did you draw your roadmap to success in life? How did you consider as essential factors that lead to the fruition of your life success? What did you perceive as determinants of success that will make you happy? Had you made your loved ones, your family, collateral contributions to your success?
Hi, I am Richlin Araneta. I was a teacher, a secondary high school teacher with a 10-year teaching experience, and at the same time, I was the school guidance counselor. I love teaching, and it will always be my passion. I worked hard for it. I even finished my master's and doctoral for me to reach or to have that successful career that I have been dreaming of. But unfortunately, because of health issues, I resigned from my work. But God is so good. As of now, I am here in Australia together with my husband.
Thank you so much for that wonderful answer. For our next question, how does your present condition affect the roadmap you charted a long time ago? Have you thought of attaining or not attaining anymore what you had drawn before?
I had been sick for quite some times already. I underwent 3 surgical operations because of reproductive problems. Last March of 2021, I had the total hysterectomy. Like for years, I had chronic abdominal and pelvic pain, which hinders me to function normally. And because of this chronic pain, I was always absent and incapable to perform daily tasks related to work. After my last surgical operation, I also experienced musculoskeletal pain, which drove me to decide to resign from work. I also have thoracic dextroscoliosis and levoscoliosis of the lumbar spine. Because of this, it hinders me to perform some locomotive functions. And unfortunately, I do not have work at the moment because of this, but I do hope that I will get better soon and continue with my career.
I'm so sorry to hear that, but I am inspired by your story and how brave of you. So, for our next question, can you narrate the history of your present medical condition from onset until at present? Do you have family members or relatives who are also suffering from or somewhat similar or related to what you have right now? What are the diseases common in your family?
Number 3. Our family has history of reproductive problems, both for male and female. I had dysmenorrhea since high school. I was diagnosed to have endometriosis. Had problems, right ovarian cyst, recurring ovarian cyst, and I was 24 years old when I had my first surgery. Unfortunately, my niece is also experiencing same symptoms, but hopefully she won't experience the same thing that I did.
Thank you. For our next question, prior to the onset of the present condition, did you indulge in the use of illicit drugs, excessive consumption of alcoholic beverages, chain smoking, skipping adequate sleep over work, and spending time for too much worrying?
Number 4, letter D. I am a Seventh-day Adventist, and I believe that my body is a temple of God, so never had I tried vices or put any unacceptable substances into my body.
Indeed. I am also a Seventh-day Adventist, and yes, we don't do any vices. So for our fifth question, prior to the onset of the present condition, have you been into any form of physical activity like indoor or outdoor, individual or team sport, fitness exercise programs, and recreational activities like trekking, leisure walking? If so, at what age did you start and end your participation? How regular had you done it? How many days a week? How much time you spend for this activity every session? Less than or more than 30 minutes?
I am sickly since I remember. So I was not into any physical activities. I have asthma. I remembered in high school I was exempted from the PE subject and even the CAT because I always got sick.
Oh, I see. So for our sixth question, letter F, what were your doctor's advice now on dieting, compliance to medication, and physical activity? What medication did your doctor prescribe? Can you tell me what these are for? How long have you been taking all of this?
F, number 6. My doctor advised me to be on diet. I need to control my weight so as not to burden my spine. I'm also regularly seeing a chiropractor and my physiotherapist. My physiotherapist also encouraged me to perform a couple of exercises, and I have been doing this for a year now.
Okay, so for our last question, if you were to look back, what lifestyle practice you would have changed to prevent the onset of your present medical condition, to reach the realm of success and happiness in life you dreamt of way back then? Is physical inactivity like lack of exercise one of these you would consider worth changing so as not to succumb to what you have now?
Last, I have been suffering for a long time, though sometimes I ask God why, what's His plans for me. But at the end, I always believe that things happen for a reason. There are things that I cannot control. No, but it's up to me if I will allow these things to discourage me and dampen my spirit. I believe that my sufferings in this world will prepare me for a better tomorrow with God and my family. All of these things will pass away.
Thank you so much for giving me of your time for this interview. It was a very fulfilling interview because I am inspired and I've learned a lot from you today. And despite of those challenges, you've remained positive and you have given me hope in life. Thank you and may God bless you and keep safe.